timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Oh my god. Maybe jump. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Finny. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Thank you so much for the follow. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Fun fact, if you go to the code, Sayori.chart has been deleted. Really? How random. Okay. So weird. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. No! Sayori's the vice president! It's nice to meet you. Hello, Felicia. Ah, you're so cute, Iceman! I hope your workday is going well. I'm so confused though, because just because she dies doesn't mean she gets deleted from existence. Okay. I'm busy doing work. Good. You're so sweet to stop by. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Finny in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. Thank you so much for the hug. Thank you. You're so cute. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come and sit down, Finny? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sits across from each other. Gotta go back to work. You too. I've got a dead leg. So still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially with something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, so much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find just these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying the tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be my pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles herself in relief. So, Finny, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few weeks, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up, not her lies, her eyes light up, that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be... I'm so confused. Can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to on a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Didn't she say she didn't expect that before? I'm sure she said she didn't expect it before. Really, if a story makes me think and takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Yeah, so did I, to be fair. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give me that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki's eye averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to write to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess that's the same for Yuri. We all sat in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we will all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for us all to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Finny? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Sorry, itchy hand. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lost my train of thought. All three girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Eh? The girls exchanged glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Finny. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear, level-headed decision when it's like this. I would feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Finny? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Finny, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Finny, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart from the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Oh, she's not there anymore. Baby girl, where'd you go? Okay, so you can get 3 out of 9 special points per playthrough. Some of them are So, I didn't get... Was that one for the first playthrough then? Or was that for this playthrough? Does that mean I've missed some? No worries, Bandy. Enjoy the luck. Oh, you mean like the whole, all the way through? I thought you meant like before it went back to the beginning. Yeah, I gotcha, I gotcha. Had to click it, didn't I? Hi again, Finny. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Finny. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when I know you're not accustomed to it. I love how no one... Well, you said you played it quite a few times, so I'm going to go with that. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica, get out of the way. How am I supposed to read that? Natsuki something have a big mouth. Oh, Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Monica, move! Why is Monica in the way? Move! Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Finny. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a oh my god. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, there are other reasons. What are the other reasons? Do I dare ask what the other reasons are? Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to be doing something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started or something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off with the scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she is waiting for this chance. I connect to one of the Reddit monitors. Do you? Oh my god, they're so cute. Ah, so you're like our little font of knowledge then. Hello. Welcome in. How are you doing? I'm really good, thank you. I am a little stinker. Hi, Stinker. What a name. Yeah, isn't it like 3:30 or 4:30 to you now? Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. So, my theory is that Monica is some kind of weirdo, right? And she is convincing, this is like a complete theory, so I could be so far off, it's unbelievable. And if I'm really far off, like, obviously don't tell me, if you know. And if I'm really far off, you can all laugh at me later. I feel like there's something weird about Monica, and it's like she's trying to convince them to, like, you know, off themselves or something. And she's, I don't know, and then, like, obviously, like, it deletes and stuff like that. Because Monica is a bit strange. First of all, she's appearing in front of the text now instead of behind. Sayuri said something strange that Monica, basically, it sounded like Monica was telling Sayuri that she should just kill herself. But she got cut off halfway through the sentence. That's what it sounded like. And Monica seems to magically know a lot of what's going on and stuff like that. So I think there's something weird about Monica. Like, and it's all going to be linked to her in some way or another. Yeah, something like that. And I feel like maybe now we're going to have Yuri maybe be a strange one because, yeah, Monica is sus. Absolutely. And I think Yuri self-harms with her crazy sharp knife. I haven't really come up with a thought process on Natsuki because she's just a brat, really, isn't she? She doesn't do anything yet. Unless maybe this one's going to be focused on Natsuki because we haven't really learned much about her. But, yeah, there's something weird about Monica, and I think it's her. And I think she's, like, doing some weird, like, Groundhog Day, get everyone to kill themselves kind of weird loop. Right, so more than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Okay. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Why is there a graphic line here? Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably would have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading. Her eye broke. Her eye broke. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Where's her eye going? Where's her eye going? Be glad you haven't seen Fan. Oh, that's called Basuki. That's Nightmare Fuel. Fuck, I need to. Okay. I wanted to reread some of it. Oh my god, okay, it changed. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? I'm like scared to like look away from her now in case I miss something. Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading soon. I'm glad to hear. Once this starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human... Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. It missed the sister part! She changed what she's saying. She said it was about 2 sisters or something before. That were trapped with the human experiment, blah, 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 and all the rest of this. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that's different too. It's a different book. Yeah. That might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark came out of nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Finny? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story... It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. I don't like this half. The game was sweet. but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Not what it said before. Then suddenly, oh my god, guys. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well... Go on with the story, you can cut the tape. I'm trying! It all goes downhill, oh, for God's sake. I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I don't get to read it! I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I blinked. I swear I blinked for a second. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Oh my god! It's not supposed to make me jump, guys. I kind of figured about the suicide, like, because of the tags and stuff that came with it. I wasn't expecting all this weirdness. I don't like it. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone else. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. There is another one to be able to play in Natsuki's path to get it. And what, I can't do that now because I've done it this way. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It's like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of your body, something, it said. Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? Okay. I slid my desk up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open the book. I guess that would make it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I could do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Oh my god, Sleepy, it's gotten weird. It's a weird game now. Thanks. We continue reading. Oh, thank you for the follow, my love. You're so cute. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but The main character reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. That's not what she said last time. Really? I was just thinking about the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Finny? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Rude. No, nothing. Ah, don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd start without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and I slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's go Natsuki. The game rating is also heard 30 years older. Wouldn't let anyone near it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I wouldn't let Tia play this. She's 13 and she's a mature 13-year-old as well. And I would not let her play this. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Finny, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I did tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. So it's the same one. Okay. So monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because. Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make message any less valid. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Also, I'm yet to meet someone who pronounces Natsuki correctly without being told. Oh! Am I saying it wrong? I'm still going to keep reading Natsuki because that's how I've done it now. But am I doing it wrong? How is it like pronounced if you were to write it phonetically? Hi, Finny. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever need any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Finny. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Finny. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. Natsuki, the U is silent. Ah! Couldn't make a normal name. Oh. Natsuki. Okay, I'm still calling her Natsuki because I've done it for the whole way through the stream now. But on my next stream, next time I play it, I might have to pay more attention to it. I definitely just smudged my makeup. Look, you see that? Oops. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. But I guess it worked anyway. Do you know what I am going to do? While my head off, it's 3:55 and I need sleep for 5 hours. Ah, no worries. You've been so sweet to stay here for so long. I hope you get lots of sleep. Correction. I feel like say it. I feel like... Oh! You feel like say it. I was like, what? But yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. But yeah, go get some nice sleep. Dream nice dreams, not sad dreams about this game. Let's get the glasses on. Oh, yeah. Right. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes it feels like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean like that's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strong, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. But someone point out Yuri's eyes for me when it happens. I hate eyes. Ah, sleep well, Hayes. No need to apologise. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I'll always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then.
Yeah, a Fortnite.
Mm-hmm. Is it different? Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. It's different. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Oh, no, you guys ate them all.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous talking about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Mwah. You're right, Day. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.